So Marvel Phase 4 has kind of released with a little bit of a thud. There hasn't really been a huge standout for them. I think Spider-Man will likely be the first big success that they've had. And there's really no denying it. The ticket sales, I totally believe, are doing very well for this show, because I had to look at all of the, at least for my local theater, I had to look through all of the time listings to find like good seats. A lot of them are mostly sold out, and that's just for the Thursday. This movie might be the first movie to make $1 billion since 2019. We'll see if it does it. This will be the one to do it if anything can, because it's Spider-Man. Spider-Man is probably the most popular American superhero property, hands down. I don't think you can even say Batman is bigger than Spider-Man. Spider-Man is a huge cash cow. And to be fair, like it's actually looking like a good movie. I like all of the villains being brought back, and I know that that's nostalgia, but nostalgia is hot, hot, hot right now. And this movie's probably going to be huge. If it'll be good or not, I don't know. I'll let you know after I see it. I'm going to see it real early on Thursday. So I will give you my thoughts on whether I think the movie is good or not that day. And that's coming up soon. It's the 16th. But here's what else you have to look forward to. Other than Spider-Man, you get to look forward to The Marvels, which is, of course, Brie Larson's movie, which she's sharing with two other characters. Not much faith in Captain Marvel 2, in my opinion. You think they would call Captain Marvel 2 The Marvels, though they're calling it that in this article. It's actually just called The Marvels, which I think is absolutely hilarious. It shows what little hope they have for Brie Larson. I really do think they're trying to tone down that her being the face thing, because let's face it, she has the charisma of a block of wood, and I really don't think that she can take over Robert Downey Jr., the role he had in the Marvel Universe. But everything else, like, so you have this, and then you have Hawkeye, which is bleeding viewers, by the way. I did a video on that. Losing like 200,000 viewers per episode. I don't know if that's still going. I haven't checked the updated analytics. Them bringing back Kingpin will definitely give it a boost. That's a pretty well-known thing by now that he's coming back. Charlie Cox is coming back. I wonder if they're going to bring back the rest of the Netflix crew. But there's one thing about this, though, that I think is important to note is it's cool that they're bringing these characters back. I thought he was an excellent Kingpin. I thought Charlie Cox was an excellent Daredevil. The problem is, if you've seen Daredevil on Netflix, that is a brutal show. It's a really good show, too. You should definitely check it out. But the brutality of that show was pretty high for a Marvel MCU property. And I don't think that they're going to be able to bring that type of violence back. Not in the goofy MCU. In fact, the guy that played Punisher, John Barnthal, he doesn't seem very interested in coming back for a goofy MCU return. He had this to say. That character in particular has a real deep meaning for me and resonance in me. He's really in my heart, man. He's really in my bones. I'm enormously protective of that character. I said before that there's nothing in this world more important to me than my wife and my kids. And only until you understand that kind of love and what it really means to willingly die for someone or somebody, do you understand what it would be like if somebody took them from you. That's a road and a darkness and a rage that really scares me and brings me to places that I've worked for the last 20 years to get away from. So I was really grateful and respectful and weary of the places that role took me and the world in which I had to live in. So I don't know if it would work. It's rumored that he's coming back, but do they really want that kind of toxic masculinity in the MCU? I mean, it doesn't look like they're very interested in bringing Chris Hemsworth back, which he says himself here. Now, I've covered this a few times because, for one, his contract is up, and there's been nothing to say that he's coming back. Now, usually you would hear a rumor that will get kind of soft confirmed that a contract has been renewed or in negotiations. They've pretty much just renewed Tom Holland, I believe, for 3 more movies. That's with Sony, though, not Marvel. So it's Marvel will work with them and they'll get him to stay in the MCU. But, there's been nothing on Chris Hemsworth for like 2 years. I think the last time I covered this was like a year ago. And I said, there's been nothing on his contract. His contract is up. To me, it looks like they want to get rid of him and bring in Natalie Portman Thor, who, by the way, looks like she can't even hold the hammer up. So listen to this. Hemsworth comments came during an appearance on Australia's The Today Show. The actor would be asked, Tom Holland has just signed on for 3 more Spider-Man films. Are you going to sign on for more Thor films? Hemsworth replied, how many Spider-Mans has he done? He's a little behind me. I think I've done 3. I've done 6 or 7. Or I think he's done 3. I've done 6 or 7 Thors, so maybe. As long as they'll have me, I'll turn up. But I feel like they might be kind of waning that kind of enthusiasm for me to keep playing the character, he added. When the Today Show team expressed their disappointment about this response, Hemsworth relayed, is it? That's just my Australian sort of support team internationally. They may be going, get rid of him, get somebody else. And then they responded, no one in the world is saying that. Another added, every single person at home right now is going, no. Hemsworth said, call Kevin Feige and everyone at Disney, and you should be my agent, and I'll cut you guys 10%. So that's pretty much it. Now, as I've pointed out before, he has said before that he wants to come back and do more Thor movies and cameos. Marvel doesn't seem that interested in bringing him back. I do believe the reports that they were going to kill all of the Avengers in Endgame originally, and that got stopped. I think that's true. And they want to do that to prop up the girl power moment, because that's obviously where they want to go. Kevin has expressed interest in making an all-female Avengers movie, which I don't really understand, because that's just a really stupid idea, because it's like, well, we're all the dude heroes. Like, they're just not helping out on this one, huh? Because you have a connected universe. It just like that scene in Endgame, it sounds and feels cheesy. So I don't know. I think they're gonna kill him, or he's just gonna vanish and they're gonna say he's in space doing shit, or he's just wandering around. I don't know. But I think that they're probably gonna kill him off in phase 4. I think they'll bring him back for one more movie, because they've got Natalie Portman Thor now. That's better. That's the bestest Thor. The real Thor. The Thor can take anybody on. She's the bestest. They don't want this toxic masculinity in a Marvel movie. It's just not wanted. This is going to lead to the downfall of the MCU. It's like nobody wants Jeremy Renner off of Hawkeye. That is Hawkeye. Nobody wants Kate Bishop Hawkeye. Nobody wants Jane Foster Thor either. So this is just, you already have comic movie fatigue. You're going to get woke comic book movie fatigue soon too, because nobody wants this shit. And I can already hear it. Oh, Spider-Man's going to make $1 billion. Yep, that's true. It probably will. But Spider-Man is the most popular character in the West as far as comic books go, right above Batman, actually. So, we'll see. I don't think a Spider-Man success really means that much for the comic book genre. You could do Spider-Man movies forever and they would still make money because he's Spider-Man. But I don't think a Thor 4 or a Thor 5 without Chris Hemsworth. I don't think a Thor 5 without Chris Hemsworth makes shit. And you can count that one. Nobody wants to go see Thor with Natalie Portman. And we'll see. Just like I really do wonder how Captain America 4 with Anthony Mack as Falcon Cap is going to do. Should have just kept him as the Falcon. I don't understand why he needs to take somebody's mantle. I never understood that shit in the comics either, but whatever. Anyway, let me see. Anyway, give me your thoughts on all this. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.